Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
What I've said, and you know what I've done, and you know what we're doing, and I know what you're doing.
And what you're doing is watching Talking with TalksALot, the variety talk show that challenges your conceptions on what good entertainment actually is. Just kidding. Joining us today is the always amazing Nickweiser.
Sir TalksALot. Hail to you. How you doing today?
I am fantastic. I just finished writing a theme song for Dark Philosophy, and that should be on this week's episode, which for anyone watching right now, if it's before Wednesday on the replay, I need a guest for Wednesday. So hit me up if you're available. It's a later night show. It starts at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, etc., etc. And it's always a fun discussion. Now, that being said, welcome, Nick. What you been up to?
Man, it's been a busy life. Obviously, I got the home life, which is good and great. And everything's been super busy at the home. But in YouTube world, it's been good. I mean, I've had my 2 highest viewed videos ever in the last month with a Top Gun video, which was just shot off my phone impulsively, and then I had my Megadeth video that I did last week. Those are literally my 2 highest performing videos, which took the least amount of work. The irony of that is beyond lost on me on that, but I can't complain. It's definitely what's cool is the reach, because these videos did good outside the US. The other best countries were Brazil and the UK, and that's a wild thought to process when countries like that are like, holy crap, that
it really is
huge.
Hey, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. And of course, let's say hi to the chat. We've got Christian Delorme, who says, I have to say, huge.
There you go, dude.
I can't say it like he.
I'm going to be meeting him in person right before Vegas. Him and his family, they're coming to Chicago. I'm going to hang out with them for a day and then head to Vegas.
Hell yeah. That's awesome, man. Hail Brahma Bull, our fellow panelist on Yelling at Parked Cars and those other things on that other small channel that we're always on. You might have heard of it. It's called Comics Division. You know, man, that man is this fucking close to being at 10,000.
Oh, I know.
Just
I
saying.
think we should make that happen today.
That close. I hope it happens. I hope so. Hail Omega Star Productions. I'm glad you could make the show. I'm glad you're watching. I hope you're in a great mood today, because I still have no idea what we're actually going to talk about. But anyway, so we've got one more popping in. Sean Landrigan. Hail Corey, Nick, and chat. Hail to you, sir. It's awesome to see you on this amazing Monday morning. I know it's Monday. I know it sucks for a lot of people, but it doesn't for me, so haha. Anyway, so this YouTube thing that we've been doing has been kind of crazy. It's taken us both to places we didn't really think we were going to go, hasn't it?
Dude, it has been beyond the wildest dreams. When I first signed up for this in May of 2020, well, I'd say that's when I made my first video. Obviously, the idea plants seeds probably around 6-8 months before, but when I first got it going, it was around May 2022. When I did that first video of eating a Jollibee, I did not think I'd end up at this point here, like 2 years later. And there's this whole Dick's Division thing, and now we have obviously the Ginger Ninja. Shout out to Ginger, who made that insanely awesome drawing of us, which apparently I think we're going to get posters and prints of that.
Oh, hell yeah, that'd be sick.
And dude, that is the craziest thing. And it's crazy. We're talking Dick's meetups, and then we got Dick's merch coming. I feel like this is great. And you got the stuff that you're doing. It feels like soon, Dick's culture is the future. And I think, and now of course we got our buddy XRL7. Now he's killing it with his voice stuff. And then we got a guy like the Ginger Ninja doing art as well. These are people who I guess you could say are Dick's affiliated. Well, that's all my Dick's affiliated.
Dick's adjacent.
Dick's adjacent. It's crazy that we have this role come in. I feel like we're doing exactly the steps that need to be done to advance ourselves in a more awesome world. I'm not going to say better or prosperous because those are just so overused, but we're going to say more awesome, more huge.
Huge. I agree. We're just going to keep growing and keep growing and keep growing despite any setbacks that we run into. For instance, the change in YouTube's policy that you can't use their music anywhere other than YouTube. Hence, some bad news for the people watching. I had to shut down my Bandcamp. So make sure you go and check out Corey Music Channel. Links in the live chat. And real quick, hail to Dragon Master 360.
What's up, Dragon Master?
Star is born.
Corey, if that's the
Yes,
rule,
sir.
then how is a band like, I don't know, we'll just say Slipknot for conversation's sake. They put music on YouTube, but then they have it on like a Bandcamp.
They have their label owns all the rights, and they are legally, and YouTube is legally allowed to host it. The way it works with YouTube's music now is if you get it from their library, you cannot, under any circumstance, put it anywhere other than YouTube.
So are all your original songs?
As of right now, yes, but I'm hunting for other places to get my beats, thanks to certain people like Casey Nolan over on Mindseed TV. I know who to avoid because he went through a lot of this same bullshit back in his day. If you don't know who that is, it's Mindseed TV. He does paranormal investigations, a lot of hunting, ghost hunting videos. He does rap. He's actually the one that inspired me to start rapping in the first place. So thank you, Casey Nolan. I know you don't watch the show because you're a busy Las Vegas boy and you're doing all kinds of shit. Hail Jacob Ironside. It is wonderful to see you. Good afternoon to you, sir. It is awesome. So what are some opportunities that this has opened up for you?
Obviously, I mean, probably I'm going to say the biggest one is honestly just meeting this whole world of people. It really is, like the fact that I got to meet you in comics and culture, like last summer was like, and of course you got like Wes. Like I thought that was the coolest like thing. Like we got to actually see our faces and see each other in real life. That I'd say the meeting of people and then putting the faces to the names is absolutely surreal. And of course, you know, you have the usuals that you met like Nerd Rodic or Black Garrett, but the meeting of this whole other world, it really like, it's like you're unleashing a Pandora's box per se. And I was like, holy crap, this is incredible. So definitely the meeting of all the personalities is awesome. That's probably the biggest one for me, but there's already some other cool things. It's crazy. Like just the reach around, once again, our country is like mentioned earlier, that feels like Brazil and UK. That's a weird thought. And then of course stuff like voice acting, like nothing, like I don't want to get too, I don't know if we could spell the details yet.
We'll keep it vague, but did he enjoy your entrance into voice acting?
He did. We just got one more part to work on. We'll talk about it shortly later. But other than that, dude, he actually was a fan of some of the things that I hate. Let's just say the punch sounds. Remember, I was not wild about him. He was fine with that. I'm like,
hell yeah.
Okay.
See, that's the thing about being a voice actor is you'll deliver and you'll be like, oh, well, that was actually kind of garbage, but it's to spec, so let's find out. And they go, that's wonderful. I love it. I mean, granted, my parts in this project were more, he literally was all like, do what you want, and we'll see how it goes. And he loved every second of it because, you know, I'm a professional, people. I'm a professional.
I can testify on that. This guy was basically like, he was teaching me, guys. And
it was the most enjoyable 3 hours in a long time. It was great. It was great. Real quick. Hello and hail, Ryan Roger Athay. If you missed last week's episode, go check this man out. This man is the most engaging 20-something that I've ever met in my life. He has a buttery smooth voice, and he's hilarious. He brings back old-style British comedy in ways that we thought were dead, since John Cleese apparently doesn't want to do this stuff anymore. But anyway, hail, Ryan. I'm glad you could be here. You'll watch the replay. That's good. Have a great day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then, of course, everyone's favorite chat enthusiast and president of my fan club, Lasso of Truth. Hello, good people. Everybody stays silent. Yes.
Everybody stays silent.
If I had $1 for every time that's happened, I'd have some money.
You'd
just
have
a little bit.
Actual money. No,
Speaking of money, if you'd like to support the channel, hit the Ko-Fi link in the description, or check out my brand newly created Patreon, which only has one tier. It's $5 a month, general support. I will read your name at the end of things, and it should be a good time. Anywho, so Nick, I never would have imagined that screaming in metal could be such a painful learning process. Because I've been trying to work out this metal song that I told you about. I've decided to make it about food, but like I didn't realize how many different types of screams there are.
Yes.
Like I can't remember their names, but like the false scream and like the growly one, where like what,
the raspy
that kind
one.
of stuff. Yeah. I didn't know that screaming was so diverse.
Oh, so diverse, dude.
And the things that they classify as screaming. I mean, the lady that you turned me on to, again, drawing a blank. What's
Melissa
her name?
Cross, the Zen
Melissa
of Screaming.
Cross, the Zen of
Fantastic.
Screaming. She is great. If you people want to scream and not hurt yourself, go check this lady out, because she's more knowledgeable than I ever realized. And screaming applies to the techniques that she teaches you, applies to a lot of things, including voice acting. Just throwing that out there. You're surprised at how often you scream. Go check that person out. Nick is a wealth of knowledge, by the way. So if you have a question that you'd like to ask Nick, hit him up on Twitter at 32 Flavors of Nickweiser. He's fantastic.
Not all, but something. But thank you.
This man is intelligent, well beyond my intelligence.
Oh,
okay, I have book smarts. I have book smarts and an occasional people person moment. This man is just naturally amazing. But anyway, now that I'm done blowing smoke up his ass, and we've got him all buttered up. Just kidding. So, where do you see Toxic Tuesdays heading in the recent future? I'm just curious, so I can know when I want to come back on. Because hopefully you're done talking about Rocky now.
You will be. You will. We thought we were done. We thought we were. I mean, let's put it this way: we're not going to do another one anytime soon. But we've had a surprising amount of demand for us to do 5 and 6.
Really?
So maybe which is interesting, because I know 5 was a lot more. I guess I wouldn't say it was reviled, but definitely did not have as much interest as the first 4. Now, number 6, I could see. 6 was very it started off with a low box office performance, but over time it gained a lot of legs, so it had great staying power. So that I could see that, but we're people are asking for it. They want it. No, we're going to do it down low, because starting tomorrow for the next several weeks, we're actually going to do animation. Toxic Tuesday. Like tomorrow, we're doing heavy metal, which that is one of the most toxic of the toxic of the toxic.
Such a great movie. And it was so bizarre and all over the place. Real quick, Sean E. Step. Smoke butter confused laugh. Okay. Yep. Blow smoke up his ass and buttered him out. Yeah, there you go. Visual representation of things I've said. Wow.
All right. That was really good.
I like it. I like it a lot. So you're doing heavy metal tomorrow.
Yes.
Hail the lovely Sherry.
Hail. Yeah. Animation's gonna be the future. And there's still so many we haven't gone through yet. Like a lot of people don't realize we still haven't even done Beverly Hills Cop 2. We still haven't even done any of the Rambos.
Wow. I'm actually surprised by that. That kind of breaks my brain a little bit that you haven't even touched First Blood.
There's still Face Off. There's still Con Air.
I'll be there for Face Off and Con Air.
Yeah, there's a long lasting future, and of course we even want to do some westerns like Dirty Harry's. We might do a Dirty Harry month. We've talked about Dirty Harry month. We even talked about a Sean Connery Bond month too. Maybe that might be 2 months. But it's crazy because it's great because we're starting to not just establish it. We want people to watch it because they want to hear our takes on it. Not just because they know the movie. Obviously, that always helps and adds to it. It always will. Especially when we did RoboCop, that was one of the hugest ones we did ever. I mean, there was 60-something people at one point. It was crazy. It was nuts.
This raises a question for me. and this is a strange question, but my psychologist is coming out. Did you have reservations about how people might receive your personality with this kind of stuff, or were you just like, "Fuck it, let's do it"?
No, I didn't have any questions about how people would perceive my personality. I just knew I wanted to do this, and I said, okay, somewhere out there, someone's gonna want to listen to this. I don't know if it'll be 3,800 people. I don't know if it'll be 15 people, but somewhere out there, someone wants to hear something like this, and I'm gonna find those people. And luckily, I found more than 15, and that
Yeah,
is
you
a big
did.
fat bonus. So, yeah, it's that I knew somewhere out there's an outlet needed for this. I mean, Toxic Tuesday was not a I don't want to say it was like a hit response in terms of us having, I guess you could say, the ongoing modern pop culture conversation, but let's just say it, because now our response to it is the alternative of the mainstream media perception, but now we're the alternative to the alternative. And I'm not saying that we should never not have those conversations. I believe we still should, but I feel like more moderation helps, and we can show people what we did like, why we liked it, and where it comes from, and that love, and people can truly see like, hey, there is more to us than just hating things. Because I do, and this is something like Midnight's Edge gets a lot of flack for. People will always comment in their chats like, you guys are always hating things, but the thing is, that's actually not true. Like, do they flame on things a lot? Yes. However, I've literally seen there'll be many things like people on Midnight Edge will praise, like, let's just say Spider-Man No Way Home or Top Gun Maverick or even James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. But you'll never see, or even Cobra Kai. Tom has been super, super, super outspoken about how much he loves Cobra Kai. All those things don't come up in their, like, I guess, algorithms or big mentions. YouTube tends to feature what they hate first, far before what they like. And that's just the YouTube game.
That is the YouTube game, and that also plays into something that I feel is very unfortunate, and it's the fact that a lot of people are on the hate train right now. Like, it's very popular to hate things.
Yeah.
Right now, Jurassic World Dominion has a very split fan base, if you will, where half the people hate it and half the people enjoy it. And like, there's of course like little tiny statistically insignificant people that didn't feel either way strongly about it. But it's a very popular thing in today's culture to hate on entertainment, and that's why we love talking about things we enjoy, like Cobra, and little movies like we'll say the Terminator. Just little movies, but I feel that we need to make a bigger push towards just focusing on things that we enjoy, because I know this has been said numerous times, but when you hate something and you tell people not to support it, you probably shouldn't support it yourself. Just saying. Because I still have a feeling that Obi-Wan was profitable for Disney, and they will continue to do this as long as they make money.
Yep. Did not watch a single episode of that. Did not watch
a single bit.
One.
But
like I said, I think on a cultural end, it does need to have some discussion so we understand what is being pushed on a message level. Because we do need to understand, because there are people who are not as aware. So I guess, like I said, in a cultural sense, it should be talked about, but not in terms of a story sense anymore. I think there was a time and place for that, but I think we have now gone past that, because they're never a change for story. They're never not. But on, like I said, on a cultural and even political levels, these do need discussions, because we need to understand what type of information is being pushed, or dare I say, misinfo is being pushed. I think that's the only type of conversation that should be had. But as far as hoping for them to change, that ship has sailed long ago.
Long ago. Hail JT Gunn. He says, this is my favorite Monday midday stream. Well, thank you. I'm happy to hear that I'm someone's favorite.
Thank you for being here.
It makes me feel good inside, all warm and tingly. Almost like a few shots of bourbon, which I haven't done in 10 years. Just going to throw that out there. It's been almost 10 years since it.
Don't do
10
it.
years sober.
Leave it to me. Leave it to me.
I'll let, he can handle it. Okay. Like, God was all like, I'm going to take your liver cells, your healthy ones, and give them to Nick so he can handle it. And then you'll be fine too. But, so with the push on things that we enjoy, well, I'll take a step back real quick and say that the people who point out these things are incredibly important to what we do, not only as entertainers, but as consumers of entertainment media. And people like Gary, as Jeremy, DJ Cobra, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. Not that I have to specify that. I know a lot of Jeremys, so I apologize. But anyway, you know, all of these guys are doing something very important. They are pointing out the bullshit. However, we decide to do something slightly different. Nick, of course, stays more focused on like kick-ass metal and really awesome movies and food, and it's great. Go check him out, Nickweiser. Not if you're not subscribed, you're no offense.
Check out TalksALot. This guy's 7 subs away from 500.
If you're here, then you're probably subscribed. But if you're watching this on replay, subscribe anyway, because you'll enjoy my stuff. I had a random viewer pop into my comments yesterday saying, I have no idea what I just watched, but this was fantastic. And so it, you know, it was great. You know, the things that we do, Drew's even started up a new stream called The Midnight Prism. And we did our first episode last night on Sasquatch. We're going to be talking about things paranormal and things like, you know, cryptids and all kinds of fun stuff that to fill that empty slot on Sunday night. And I think that you'd have a great time, Nick, if you're into any of that stuff. But of course, it is a Sunday night at 11 o'clock your time. But it is pretty fun. So if you ever have a chance or you ever feel the desire, make sure you hit Drew up. He will gladly accept guests.
I'd like to, because I know like I get a lot of invites to do things on Sunday night. Obviously, mainly most Sunday nights, so I hang out with my girlfriend, but every now and then, like she'll want to go to bed early. If she does, so then I'm like, oh, okay, hop on stream. Obviously, there's late night culture. Then there's also Mark D with a C's, Sunday Night Geekery, which is great. Shout out to Mark D with a C. And now we got Drew's show. So yeah, I'll definitely eventually come on. I will. It'll happen. I promise.
And Lasso's punching too hard. Sasquatch doesn't exist. Just saying. I'm on the fence still on the fence. And then Sean Estep says, that's awesome. Sir TalksALot. Loved your voice on Punk Waddle's video too. Yes, if you haven't seen that, pop over to
Floral from Under
a Rock. My brain broke. I don't know why, but Floral from Under a Rock. It's the Shank Crate infomercial. Go check it out. You'll love it. But I feel we do need more people talking about things that they enjoy and things that, you know, we all enjoy or might not enjoy, but enjoy hearing them talk about it. And that's Talking with TalksALot has very much been that since we started. And I'd like to thank all of my regular and wonderful viewers for all of the support. So, my brain broke on where I was going to go next. It's one of those days, ladies and gentlemen. It's Monday. It's a Monday. How do you think Yelling at Parked Cars is going? Think it's going well?
I think it's going great. Obviously, we've had more people watching. That's one thing for sure. We've had a lot more, and they're coming back. And not only they're coming back for more, so the audience is literally growing, which is great. Because I think when I first joined, I think it was like a month or two after it started initially. And I think it was right around 130, sometimes 150. Now we're hitting 200, sometimes 250. So clearly that's a big growth for us. So that's one thing. Two, I think now that we have like a nice set, consistent amount of guys, we've gotten to like know each other well, not just like on a panel, but even meet each other personally. I think that's helped because now we know our flow and our vibe. We know how to like have a better sense of communication, and you know, we have a good chemistry going together. And we've also, and I thank Toxic Man Flu for this, but I think since he stepped into, he helped make our show a lot more, dare I say, professional even. Because like, yeah, you still got all the language, you still got all the loudness, but we're a lot more controlled chaos we're not like we're not like a train wreck. It's more controlled, and he gives us a straight line to go down with the chaos.
Yeah, and that additional structure has added a little bit more of a smooth flow to the conversations where we
Yes.
don't have people talking over each other all the time.
Yes.
The main reason I don't like large panel streams is when people start talking over each other. Because if it's hurting
Yes.
our ears, it's hurting our listeners' ears.
Oh yeah. And
But that being said, no, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, and that's something. Anytime I do like large panels on Toxic Tuesday, like I let my main panel so because luckily I've got a set panel like with Toxic Tuesday, which is great. And we've like yelling park cars. We've gotten to know each other. We gel well. We know how we have conversation. We know when to come in, when to not come in. We know when to let someone have their moment to shine. But when we let other people or two on, when it's 7 or 8, sometimes 9, I always make a point, like as a reminder. Look, I know a guy like Tom Connors knows not to be told because Tom has so much experience for this. But like some of the other small challenges, we gotta say, hey, just so you know, I'm not trying to be a dick, but we gotta make sure we keep this panel in control and in line. And
indeed,
because I had one on Tombstone. Well, it was many months back, and it was a great time. It was a great stream, but I definitely saw people were talking about, and rightfully so, how there was just too much talking over each other. And from that point on, I made a thing to not let that be a thing. And so it took for it to happen once, and now I'm like, okay, great time, but that ain't happening again. And we've been smooth sailing since.
hell yeah. So Christian Delorme has a question for both of us. He says, does YouTube redefine entertainment? And if so, what would you call it? I'll let you give your take on this first.
This is a great question. Does it redefine entertainment? So what should I call it? I think it redefines entertainment in the way that you don't always have to have a super scripted response to everything. I think it redefines it in the sense that you don't need to have X amount of money spent in order to provide decent, watchable entertainment. Obviously, the accessibility is there to you. You don't have to go through all these like third parties, fourth parties, sometimes even fifth parties. And I know that's saying a lot because I know there's some big tech issues, but I feel like of all of them, YouTube is probably one of the least worst about it than most. I know that some people might disagree, but I truly believe that there's still a lot of great things about it. As much as the terms and conditions can drive me nuts at times, they're still better than most of their platforms. I'd say it redefines it in those ways. I don't know what I would call it besides alternative entertainment. I mean, would ever be the mainstream focus of entertainment? I don't know. I mean, I would like personally. I don't think it needs to be the main form of entertainment, but I don't think it needs to. I think we should just have a place for both because I see us as good competition for like mainstream Hollywood, and competition's good. Like if you look back at if there's any wrestling fans out there, WWF performed its best when it was competing with WCW. What we need is something like that. The Hollywoods versus the YouTubes of the world. We need those two entities to both, I think, dare I say, coexist. Now, obviously, we have a lot of complaints about Hollywood, but I do feel like if we could get to a point where we can compete to them to make them feel truly threatened, somewhere out there, whether it's them or Daily Wire that replaces them, who knows? My point is we got to get to a competitive level enough where both entities can say, okay, we have to make something better. And if Hollywood refuses to learn its lesson, well, then eventually they're just going to go the way of the dinosaurs and something will replace it. Either way, I think there's a place for YouTube. And to me, it's just entertainment. There's no big fancy name that it needs.
Well, I've actually put a lot of thought into this question over the past, and I'm glad that Christian asked this. I do feel that YouTube redefined entertainment in the past by making it more general access for people to not only create but view the entertainment that wouldn't normally make it out of your mainstream sources. One of the things that I would call a redefining moment for YouTube was the open access to what I call infotainment. Now, infotainment is, of course, informing people while keeping it entertaining, like we do on YAPC, Thursday Night Throwdown, all of these other shows that we're on. It's infotainment. We tell them what's going on in the world. We talk about things, perspectives, and stuff like that, and then we make it entertaining for people. Some people have a very natural flair for this. Some people do not. But when it boils down to it, I do feel that it redefined what entertainment was. But it's been long enough in YouTube that we are now redefining what entertainment on YouTube actually is. So it's a constantly shifting, almost organismic, organic motion that goes along with YouTube, despite the robotic kicks to the nuts that the algorithm likes to give a lot of us. Not speaking anyone in particular, but myself has been screwed by this algorithm multiple times. So just keep that in mind, people. You're fighting a machine. It's redefined what we do for entertainment. It's redefined how we consume entertainment. But at this point, it is another aspect of standard entertainment. Welcome to the digital world. Real quick, we got some new people in the chat. Hail Blair to Blair. Good to see you, sir. Awesome to see you here. And we've got MVP. Well said, Nick. Hello, Maxfield Von Priestley. I love it. Dude, 7 away from 500. And I will do my first large panel party stream when we get there. But slow rolling. And of course, one of the people who is amazing at this whole YouTube infotainment and engagement stuff is MVP himself. I'm surprised to see you here. Honestly, why are you wasting your time with such small-time people? Gosh, MVP. Should out there be rubbing elbows with the big boys. I'm kidding, of course. Welcome, and I'm glad you're here, sir. If you haven't seen the episode with him, go check it out. I've got a playlist called Talking with TalksALot. This one will wind up in it right after this. So, give me your link, MVP. I'm subbing.
Oh, he's going to give him it.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Oh, he's going to come with the link. He's going to come. He's going to come with a link. But be ready to rub that link the right way, Christian.
Yep. And here's MVP's link. Check out the chat. Yeah, what's up? Anyway, one of the biggest things that I've found to be an influence on YouTube is the power to connect with other people. And of course, there's my own story where I came across comics in FNT and I started bugging him in the chat of FNT. And he, in all the retarded glory that he could possibly muster, actually replied. And I'm sure that's something he regrets. 100%. He's probably like, fuck. But, it's been a great connecting relationship between me and comics, me and culture, me and you, me and Drew and all these other people. It's fantastic.
Your thing was going crazy.
My thing was going crazy?
Yeah. I don't know if you want to step out and step back in. I don't know if anyone in the chat saw it, but
is my mic fucking up?
No, you started you're talking and also you went to a digital voice and then your camera. Now your camera is at still. You're barely moving a frame a second. I don't know if you want to kick yourself out and then come back in.
I'll be back.
Yes, I can hold it down for the next 10 seconds. Hey guys. Did anyone else see that, or am I the only one that's sound fine to me? Lasso says, "Yeah, see, I don't know what happened. I don't know, but let's see where we are at. I got a black screen.
Black screen.
Uh-oh.
Nice. That's great. Can you hear me?
I hear you, but the screen is weird.
Is this okay?
Maybe Nick is the problem. Maybe I should step out. No, maybe they just want to take over. I just got here. Well, maybe I should back out. Let me back out.
I don't know. I guess we can see and we'll have the chat. Hello, this is me sitting here all by myself, wondering what exactly is going on. Maybe it's a problem on Nick's side of things. Maybe it's the whole time then Avatar. See? I'm glad you guys in the chat can see and hear me. It was clearly Nick's internet. Goodness. Why, thank you, Blair to Blair. He says Sir TalksALot is fine. It's a little homoerotic, but I can live with that. Hello, handsome, skinny man. Yes, you have no idea how skinny I am. Hi, Nick. So the chat says I was doing fine.
Good.
Cool.
Everything's good. Yeah, man.
Technology.
Right. Technology. It's
Gotta love
wonderful when it's working, but when it's not, it's totally bipolar. But where were we here? And shout out to Ben Hennigar. I see you there in the chat. How you doing?
Ben Hennigar.
And Tiny Metal Trees as well. So
Tiny Metal Trees.
right,
Where did I miss that? What?
Right when
There
you stepped
are.
out. Right when you stepped out.
Just got here. Hail, Tiny Metal Trees.
Well, we just got here again.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're just cycling through, you know, doing stuff. So you've been making some decent connections through this YouTube stuff.
Yes, you're one of them.
Well, I was talking about like important people.
I know, but you're still one of them. You're part of the dicks, so you're one of them.
Are you gonna try to have any of these fun people? And I'm doing this vague shit on purpose because I know it drives people nuts. By the way, but are you gonna have any of these fun people as guests on your channel?
Yeah, there's a few people I'd like to have on. Like, you know, there's definitely some big names I'd like to have on. I'll be upfront and honest about who I'd like to have on. Yeah, there'd be a time I'd like to have like an Eric July on or even a Razor Fist, but I'm not going to do it just to do it. I'm not going to do it just to have them on. I want there to be a very, very specific thing. Like when I had like, for example, David from Havoc on a few months back, which we're still trying to work out the details into getting a part 2 between us. I want it to be like somewhere maybe one of our panelists, or as it could just be a me one-on-one. I want to have like maybe a Liberty and Metal with like Eric July, where we can talk about the subject. Now, as for a guy like Razor Fist, I would like to bring him on for something like a Dirty Harry Toxic Tuesday, because I know he's big on Western. So I want to spit very specific needs to them, so that way it's a conversation that's going to make sense. I don't want to do it just to have them on, just say, hey, look at this big channel guy I got. I want it to actually, you know, have reason to. And so, man, hell yeah. Look at that.
That's great.
Yeah.
So Christian Delorme hits us with $3 saying, ask Nick what's the hugest thing he's ever seen.
Man. I mean, how's
and
that
of course,
defined?
Thank you, Christian, for the wonderful $3 donation. That, of course, will go into making TalksALot better. But anyway, what is the hugest thing you've ever seen?
I don't know. Maybe a building. I mean, what? Maybe a building? Are we talking like a Rosie O'Donnell? Are we talking a hugest building, hugest pizza? Like, what's defined as the hugest thing? The hugest city? I don't know. I mean, I guess those would be some of the biggest things, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, sorry, I can't say we'll see, but I guess those are some of the hugest things. I mean. Am I small? I mean, the country of China is huge. The country of America is huge. I've seen giant candy bars. Texas. I would love to go back to Texas.
Diablo Dame.
Hello. Oh, I love County Fair pizza. Actually, County Fair and bars are very underrated as far as good pizza. I'm not joking. Many bars and County Fair.
Some of the best nachos I've ever had.
Yes,
were at a bar, and I'm not just talking like, oh, they just poured some like that orange cheese substitute stuff on it. No, it was like straight up like this big fat Mexican lady comes out with this plate of nachos, and I'm all like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. And they were the best nachos I've ever had in my life. They had brisket on them and shit. Like, what? At a bar? And it was a biker bar, too. So it was like a rundown, old, nasty place that smelled like dead bodies. But it was like, these are the best nachos I've ever had. And that wasn't just the weed talking either. I'm just going to throw that out there.
It just sounds so amazing.
So good. And then, like, you know, as far as fairs go, like, I've never had pizza at a fair.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there's just a small part of me that's like, ooh, a carny touched that. I don't know if I want to eat that. But, you know, Nick, Nick and his foodgasm. Indeed. So, Brahma's bourbon collection is huge.
Yes, it is
Yes,
huge.
It's gigantic, Brahma. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And just to appease Brahma, apparently there was a Stanley Cup game. Yay for whoever
Stanley
won.
Cup game. Yeah, right.
There you go. Hockey. Slap puck is not an interest of mine, you dirty bastards. But anyway.
As Comic says, sports.
Yeah.
It's like comics. Oh man, Comic.
So,
talk to me.
Do you think that you'll do any more voice acting in the future should the opportunity arise?
I would love to. And once again, just the time is just obviously lucky. Things have been working out accessibly lately to where I'm able to do my most recent opportunity, and I would love to do more. Here's the thing, like if you're up to me, like obviously since I'm running a household, family and all, which is great, I can't put out 3 or 4 videos a week. I can maybe get 1 or 2, sometimes 2, but it's usually just 1. And that's when I get that 1 hour downtime. I hope I could get something done in 1 or 2 takes at best. And that's tough. Whereas the streams, I do 3 to 4. Like I'm part of Yelling Apart Cars and Midnight's Edge After Dark. Then I got my 2 I host on my own. And then once in a while, I'll try to appear on someone else's, especially if it's like a smaller channel. Try to at least show up once or twice a month for that. And it's sandwiching that time. So I would love to do more voice. There's so many more things I would love to. I don't feel like I've come anywhere close to hitting the peak of what I can do on here. And
no. In terms of peaks on your potential, sir, and this is just my minuscule professional opinion on it all, your potential is equivalent to Everest. And you're somewhere around the foothills. Like you are climbing, you will shoot for the stars, and you will achieve it. And it's because not what you do, but because of who you are. And that's, of course, my personal and professional opinion from all aspects of it. This man has what it takes to go places that even the biggest content creators don't and won't. Because he's not afraid. He's not limited by his options. This man says, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah, and that's what it's got to be. I mean, and I've said this many times, so obviously it's going to be kind of being a dead horse for those who have heard it millions of times, and I apologize, but it's something to me that's always going to be relevant. I want to do this. I want the loyalty. I call it the Slayer model because Slayer was obviously a very well-known size thrash metal band. But if you look at all the other bands who are their peers, Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, Slayer were not as well known as the others. However, they were consistent and they were loyal and they had those going for them. And they maintained that from when they started up until when they called it quits in 2019. And I want that loyalty. Like sometimes if you would look at a Slayer fan at a show, that people didn't say Slayer, they'd scream it. I would like to get to a point where people would scream. Like I gotta figure out something where people could scream my name. Kind of reminds me of like when you look at like a FNT stream and you'll see like comments coming and people saying "Salty Army" arriving. I want to have that. I want to have like a Nickweiser like crew arriving. Like that to me is like the Slayer equivalent. I want to be a Slayer or Salty Army. I want to have that loyalty there. I want people like, okay, I know that name. And clearly there's a rabid following wherever that guy's from. Who is this Nick guy? Why are people always yelling his name? Why are they always have to scream? I want people to just yell it at all times. So I want people to hear that name at 7 a.m. on volume 30. I want the loyalty. And there will be more people, and it's great because I've got the foodies, I've got the metalheads, I got the comic geeks, and I've gotten, I guess you could say, your regular Patriot type of people as well. You got normies too, and that's fine. I want a whole wide, varied group of people who could just scream the names, whether it's 32 or Nickweiser. I want to have a very rabid, lively following. Is what I want. So.
Hell yeah, that's what we all want. but this guy's going to achieve it. Hello, boys, from Lindsay the Cynical Geek. Hello, madam. It's wonderful to see you. And since I'm speaking in a British voice, let's just say, hail XRL7.
Yes, XRL7. Shout out to the great one himself.
If you're not familiar with these guys, with this guy right here, Mike Evans, go check out his channel. It's great. He's also started a couple new side series, finally on social media stuff with Alfie. Oh, I love Alfie. He's so wonderful. And of course, the main program that he does, XRL7, some fun and exciting things coming that way in the future. I will tell you that, and we'll leave it at that because I don't have permission to talk about it. And of course, XRL7 says, Nick. That's great. All right. Lindsay, metalhead for life. Well, you know, once I hear that once you become a metalhead, you really can't change that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, once you go that way, like it definitely kind of sticks with you, and that was definitely part of my when I went down the well per se. I didn't want to come back out. I loved how it felt.
You were really big into Linkin Park before you discovered these guys, huh? I can just tell from your face that you're like
actually hate them at the time. I didn't actually hate them at the time. I thought it was decent. I did. I'm not gonna lie here. I'm gonna be very truthful. And this is when I was first discovering music. Now, I did always hate the bands like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. I hated those bands from with a boiling passion the minute I heard them. So, like at the time, I thought Linkin Park was better than those things. But then it wasn't long before I heard other things. So any merely semi-positive thoughts I had about Linkin Park washed away really quickly once I heard a band like Pantera or Megadeth. Like that, it was just, it didn't matter that Linkin Park became irrelevant on my life after that.
Hell yeah, that's a good thing. Everybody's life is better when they leave Linkin Park behind. Real quick, hello to you too, Toxic Man Flu. I'm glad you're saying hi to all of our fans and stuff. Gosh, this of course the wonderful producer on all of Comics Division shit.
Yep.
And what?
The glue that keeps us together.
Small Time Republic. Hail, sir. Thank you for joining us on Dark Philosophy last week. Make sure you guys in the replay go check that out. This is a very insightful and wonderful individual to talk to. And JT Gunn. Check your Ko-Fi.
Gunn.
Okay. Share tab again.
Come on, share it. Do it.
Not now. Don't upgrade. Toxic Man Flu hits us with $20. Holy shit, Tox. Man, you're a wonderful man. You're just so supportive and loving.
Oh,
and
we know
wonderful.
that.
He says, I love these two men on the panel in every possible way. Well, I forgot to add that to the stream, but there it is. Love these men in every possible way. Well, you know, we do get really, really homoerotic during the pre-shows. It sucks that you people can't see that because we're all just all like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. I'm salivating.
It's true. We're like the Top Gun movies mixed with Rocky 3 montage, except with the Dix Division, like added dose involved, and it gets very, very, spreading in there. Now that we have like our drawing from the Ginger Ninja, I always wonder, that burger am I eating, is that the Corona burger or is that the Toxic Man Flu burger? Does that mean I'm eating Toxic Man Flu's beef or am I eating Corona beef?
Everybody knows you like Toxic Man Flu's meat. Everybody knows it.
Nah, seriously, like it's absolutely yes, guys. And I see in the chat,
Godzillionaire. Hail, sir. Dick's Division Shirtless Volleyball League. If you want to get blinded by a bunch of pasty-ass white guys and see Culture Without a Shirt on, then I guess we can make that happen. Then, hey, we could put in some Dick's Division jump rope and just have Drew spin in a circle.
For real. The future is now like it's just Dick's, man. Dick's is the future, and I think the world is better for it. I think the world we have our tough conversations on yelling at parked cars, but then we have great place where you can And of course, you have comics and Brahma Bull talking the politics. They have culture looking at things from an analytical side. And you got guys like you and I having fun with the entertainment. I think the dicks are the embodiment of balance.
I agree, because we do have an incredibly diverse group of individuals. Like, we're almost Oscar worthy with how much inclusion we have. I mean,
we check out the boxes, and we don't even have to try. We just do.
Well, the greatest thing about our group is we don't actually push people away from us unless they're being total dicks, which of course the golden rule in life is don't be a dick. So, we have people on there that have left-leaning views. We have people on there that have right-leaning views. Look at Brahma Bull. I mean, oh my gosh, the most alt-right weirdo I've ever seen in my life. And then we've got the middle grounders like you, me. I would venture a little bit towards Culture Casino, even though he's a little bit more defined than we are, especially more than I am. I am an undefined nightmare when it comes to politics, but that's what you get when you break the mind hold that leftist thinking has on you. And yes, shocking revelation, I used to be a woke little soy bitch with a love for guns, as contradictory as that is, because I've always loved my guns. But I used to be a woke little soy bitch, and I woke up, and yes, the Itchy and Scratchy show.
There you go. And interestingly enough, Duff beer pajamas. So I'm just a walking outfit of Simpsons stuff.
The Simpsons.
How the mighty have fallen with the Simpsons. That was like some of the greatest entertainment when it was entertainment.
Yep.
Oh my god,
man! I'm not gonna lie. I stopped watching them somewhere in the early to mid 2000s.
I did
before we even got to the tens. I was just like, all right, can't do it anymore. I'll see you guys later. Same thing with Family Guy and stuff like that, because eventually people sell out. We'll see it in its completeness with South Park at some point.
Oh, I feel like they're already on the way there.
Yes,
I feel like they're already on the way there. I mean, they've lived long enough to become the villain, and that's once again why the Slayer mission is so important to me, because they were Slayer from when they started till they ended, and that's such a rare thing, and that's sad that it was such a rare commodity. And Slayer was even if you look past a lot of the evil lyrics, because a lot of people know them for having evil lyrics, they were actually for lack of a better word, a diverse group of guys. I mean, you had Kerry King, obviously bald, full of tattoos. He's very openly atheist. But then you had Dave Lombardo, who's Cuban, Tom Mariah, their singer, who's Chilean. And Tom is actually a very big conservative, and I think Dave Lombardo is actually a Christian as well outside of Slayer. So and some guys vote left, some guys vote right, and Slayer had that balance, but they tried to be as closed about that as possible. But yeah, they actually were all that way, and that was what actual diversity was: people who were that way. So. Yeah, you wouldn't think it, but that's how we're like. Tom's got a huge family with a farm and everything, full of 9 kids. Yeah, Tom is the ultimate family man. Oh,
Christian Delorme hits the Ko-Fi with $25. Hail, sir, and thank you. That puts him at $28. And of course, he says, "I will not be outdone by toxic." Hey, man, if you guys want to have a bidding war and just throw me money, I'm all for it. Thank you. Thank you. It is a wonderful experience to actually have people supporting me in this way. I love you guys very much. Thank you for all of that. Make sure that you're there tonight on Yelling at Parked Cars. We're going to have a great time. I can't remember who the guest is. Who's the guest, Nick?
Oh boy, Talks.
And if you haven't heard, ladies and gentlemen, check out our Lord and Savior, Gilded. I don't have the clip, but
fuck you,
Gilded. There. That's as good as we can get.
Let me get what's it called? Father Christopher Miller's coming on. Is that really?
So we have to.
Father. Oh no way!
All right, so I will keep myself in check tonight. I won't drop all of the ridiculous bullshit that I usually do. Father Christopher Miller.
That
And
is gonna be
apparently,
huge.
oh, okay, I'm misreading that. But yes, this is going to be great. I have not had much chance to interact with Father Miller. It was just the one meeting, very brief in Vegas. So I look forward to talking with this man. I will do my best not to cuss the whole time. Okay. I bet you, friendly wager, culture cusses before I do.
Oh, you know it. Oh, you know it. Let's say I've talked to Father, and I could say I've had fancy cigars with the man in the flesh, me, him, and Manowar 665, and he
Join Nick's Gilded.
Yes, guys, join the Gilded. People are actually getting notifications there for when their streams or videos, so that is a huge thing. But Father,
it notifies way better than YouTube. Anyway, Father Christopher Miller.
I always make sure I post a link to the video or the stream with event invites, so that's a thing. So that way people actually know in case they somehow don't get a notification. It's right there. I make it accessible for you guys. And it's fun on there, especially on my Gilded. We got guys like Bush McFadden who post a lot of great food photos. He's a cook. He likes posting on there. Christian DeLorme is the meme king on my channel. Thank you, Christian, for your services on there.
And I'm there, but I just observe things.
He observes things.
So if you find me,
it's great. Friend him. It's a great time, Gilded. It's a wonderful time. And yes, guys, please sub to Corey. We're gonna get him to 500 tonight, and we're gonna get comics to 10K this week. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be huge. And Corey, it's been fun talking with TalksALot for part 4. I know we will have part 5 inevitably, but guys,
so yes.
Let's get him to part 5 tonight.
And get me to 500.
I'm sorry, 500 tonight. That's what I meant to say.
Get me to 500 and we'll do a large panel party stream, and I'll see who I can wrangle from the community to show up. But Christian DeLorme has a request. He says, do me a favor, pimp 70s show at 5 p.m. Eastern. I will be guesting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, go check out That 70s Rock Fan. Apparently, the powerhouse of awesomeness, Christian DeLorme, will be there tonight, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Find That 70s Rock Show's channel. I will drop that link in the description because I absolutely love supporting our fellow community members. I'm really bad in all of those group chats that I'm in, but make sure you also check out the Fandom Collective. They're doing great things. They unsubscribed me from fucking 70s. What the hell? That 70s fuck fan.
Did you say fuck fan?
I didn't say fuck fan.
I thought you said That 70s fuck fan.
That 70s fuck fan. I'm sure he loves oh my gosh.
Killing me. Yeah.
All right. You
got it?
No.
You get it.
I can't even find it in the search. This is kind of pissing me off a little bit. You dirty bastards.
That's evil.
70s rock fan. I'm just Twitter real quick.
Here, I can get you that 70s rock.
I got it.
Link.
I got it. Boom, there it is. Hi. Yeah, what's up? Now I'm going to go back in there and push that subscribe button again. YouTube. They do that, by the way. Just saying, they do that. They unsubscribe you. So if you're just subscribed to Sir TalksALot, watch at least one more video so that it keeps you that way.
Yes.
Because YouTube is stupid when it comes to algorithms and stuff. The Basco scenario. Hail, better late than never. We are getting ready to end the show, but hail Basco.
Yes.
And somebody tell 70s Rock Fan the people are being unsubscribed from his channel.
Oh, dude, yeah. That's something that I've gotten so used to. Obviously, I'll never accept that as a thing that I like, but
yeah,
and no one should. But, dude, yeah. Just, guys, don't get too reliant on YouTube. Don't. That's a thing. Like, don't get reliant because they will unsub you. I got unsubscribed for Comics Division while on Yelling at Park Cars one time. That happened, I think, about 2 months after I had joined the panel. I got unsubbed from comics, so it does happen. It's just part of life. So just keep checking independently on channels on your own without relying too much on big tech to remind you of things. Because also it'll train you to have good memory. documentary. So that's a win-win in my book.
Indeed,
So,
it will. And of course, Lasso of Truth is out there. Brain broke. She's out there trying to get people to support other creators in our community. Make sure you go check out Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. He's a great guy. Got some funny shit on Twitter as well. The Guinea Pig Collective. Can't even talk. This is what you get with a voice actor who runs his mouth all the time. He just forgets English. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boom, that's an hour literally on the money. So we're going to start going out. I hear fireworks in the background. It's almost like it's the 4th of July. So, Nick, what you got going on?
Obviously, I was meaning to have my pizza video out last week, but I'm going to make sure I have it out this week instead. It's so pizza reviews coming. It's going to be great. It's going to be huge. I'm on Gilded, so please join me on Gilded. I put the link up above, so please join there on later tonight. You and I and the boys, Talks, Brahma, Comics, Culture, we'll all be yelling at park cards with Father Miller. That's going to be huge. Midnight's Edge After Dark, Friday Night Comic Shop Talk, and of course, Toxic Tuesday. We will be talking heavy metal tomorrow night. So that is what's going on for this week. And sir, thank you for letting me come on here for a 4th time. I think this this was actually the hugest one yet. I think it was the hugest one. So
it was. This is actually
succeeded.
Currently this is the highest concurrent viewer count I've ever had. So thank you to everyone that is watching at home right now. You are all wonderfully amazing people. And of course,
you got a hard 9 on Ko-Fi before we get out of here.
And Toxic Man Flu, with 9 more dollars on the Ko-Fi side, saying, I'm giving Sir TalksALot the straight 9. I do enjoy the straight 9. Thank you very much for your last-minute donation, putting you above Christian DeLorme donations for the day. Don't take it hard, Christian. You'll get your chance next time. But anyway,
thank you guys for being here with us.
Yes,
seriously, thank you all for being here.
Join both of us tonight, Toxic Man Flu and Brahma Bull, all of who are here right now with Yelling at Park Cars as we discuss wonderful things. We'll have Father Christopher Miller on tonight. Join Nick tomorrow on Tuesday, talking Toxic Tuesday for his awesome video on heavy metal, the animated animated craziness that came out of a long time ago. And then make sure you catch Wednesday with Dark Philosophy. I do not have a guest yet, but the topics have been chosen by the chat from last week, and we will see who we can get in. Anyone who wants to join, make sure you hit me up on Twitter, The Good Voice Guy. As I said before, though, I had to take my Bandcamp down because YouTube is an asshole. So check out the Corey Music channel. I totally should have just dropped a chat link while saying all that, keeping everyone on their toes and blah, blah, blah. But we are going to have a great time. My favorite topic that came up for Dark Philosophy this Wednesday is, of course, mythology. And if you're interested in such things, then check out the latest video that Drew put out last night, our first episode of the Midnight Prism, talking about cryptids. Last night's episode was Sasquatch. We'll talk about UFOs and all kinds of fun stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, I think I've rambled long enough. So we're going to go ahead and say goodbye. And as always, stay sexy and don't get murdered. Oh,
thank you for being here.
Check out my Patreon. The link's in there somewhere. Have fun, ladies and gentlemen. Stay sexy, don't get murdered. Bye.
Friends, I have killed one of God's most innocent and intelligent creatures.